There are over a dozen Star Wars movies, including several anthology films.
We have to expand.
And the LEGO Star Wars line has been running strong since 1999.
Nothing stops this train. Nothing.
But today, I want to take a look at the worst set from each movie. Let's go in order of release. So with episode 4, there's definitely a few to choose from. Both versions of the T-16 Skyhopper were pretty underwhelming.
That's the best they could do?
But the TIE Fighter is by far the worst from A New Hope. This is the first official TIE Fighter from LEGO, and it's pretty mediocre. It's a wobbly, blocky looking build that belongs in the past.
Let the past die. Kill it, if you have to.
The Empire Strikes Back is commonly referred to as the best Star Wars movie ever made. So how do the sets hold up? Well, I think it's worth mentioning that LEGO has put out a plethora of sets based on Hoth, and none of them really knock it out of the park.
What a waste.
With some really falling short, like the 2020 Snowspeeder, but nothing really comes close to the Slave 1 from 2000. This might be one of the ugliest LEGO sets I've ever seen. It's blocky and has a terrible color scheme.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen!
I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations. My facilities are at you.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
Return of the Jedi might have been the hardest movie to pick from because there are so many choices, like Jabba's Prize and Jabba's Message, two pointless sets that should have been included in the Jabba's Palace set.
Affirmative.
Or the many action battle packs, but I'm going with Chewbacca, which is a set that's yet to be released. LEGO is asking $200 for this, and overall, I think they did a good job. The fur detailing is especially really nice, but there's just something about this set that looks off, and it's definitely going on in the face area. What do you think? Is this a weird looking set? Drop a like to see the best Star Wars sets from every movie. And don't forget to check out my custom AFOL merch in the pinned comment below. LEGO Star Wars shared its debut year with the Phantom Menace, so there's some janky sets to choose from, like the overly simple Droid Tri-Fighter or the poorly designed Naboo Swamp. But the pod racing bucket is such a bizarre set, and it takes the cake for this movie. I'm glad LEGO didn't try something like this again, because it just didn't work.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
Ah, your support is well seen.
Attack of the Clones is a pretty underrated movie in my opinion, and there weren't many letdowns here, but the Jedi and Clone Troopers battle pack might be the worst battle pack ever made. First off, this came out during the sequel's era, so the box art reflects that, but it also has Jabba's palace in the background of the box art. But this is definitely an episode 2 set, right?
Sure, I guess.
This set is just bad decision making all around, and it kind of defeats the purpose of battle packs to begin with.
Jump! How the hell did she do that?
Let's talk about Revenge of the Sith, my personal favorite Star Wars movie. What a surprise, most of these sets are bangers. But the recent Republic Swamp Speeder was a big disappointment, and so was General Grievous Starfighter. But I would be a fool not to pick the ultimate lightsaber duel, one of the worst Star Wars sets ever made. It's a lousy set that isn't winning any awards anytime soon.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil!
Riveting.
As bad as the sequel trilogy is, there are plenty of good sets from those movies, but LEGO is now experimenting with sets aimed at a younger audience, and the Resistance X-Wing Starfighter is a failed attempt at this. I can't believe they had the nerve to release this, but even more gutsy is the Battle on Takodana. LEGO wanted $60 for this 400-piece half-effort build with silly play features.
To their cherished fleet, all remaining systems will bow to the First Order!
Okay.
Rogue One is an amazing Star Wars movie, and like The Rise of Skywalker, we only get a handful of sets, with the worst being the battle on Scarif. Nothing too bad here, just a boring idea for a set.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, Director.
Daddy, chill.
The Last Jedi is the most controversial Star Wars film ever made, and I think my pick for this movie will be controversial as well. Look, the First Order AT-ST is such a bad set, arguably one of the worst of all time, but I'm gonna go with the Heavy Scout Walker. This set is so weird, and it's based off concept art from The Last Jedi, and it is technically canon, but there's a reason this is not in the final cut of the film.
I feel something. You feel it? Yes, I feel it. That's the force. Really?
Wow, it must be really strong.
Oh, I've never felt an... Ow!
Yeah, just put me out of my misery.
Maybe this doesn't make me a true Star Wars fan, but I have yet to see Solo. But I have seen the previews, and the train sequence is one that I remember. Well, LEGO turned it into a set, and it's only half complete, and it's overpriced too.
190 years old?
Boring movie.
Great.
Rise of Skywalker had a small lineup of sets, with only 11 to choose from, and they're actually pretty good. But if I had to choose one, I'll go with the Knights of Ren transport ship. This set was a little overpriced, but it's definitely a good set.
But it can be better.
Click here to see the most overrated Star Wars sets.